Today, we're going to practice writing an article. Before we begin writing, we need to go ahead and organize our article. This article is going to be about the food that we eat in a day. In the paragraphs, we want to answer the questions what, when, where, with whom, and why. What do we eat? When do we eat it? Where do we eat it? With whom? And why do we eat at that time, or why do we eat the certain foods that we eat? I'm going to separate the article into 3 paragraphs. One referring to what I eat in the morning, another to what I eat in the afternoon, and the last referring to what I eat in the evening. So I've separated my article into 3 specific times of day. In the morning, I eat breakfast and I have a morning snack. So in the first paragraph, I will talk about what, when, where, with whom, and why I have breakfast and a morning snack. In the afternoon, I will answer those same questions about lunch. And in the evening, I will answer the same questions about the evening snack and dinner. First, I need to start with a title. Here I have a very simple title, What I Eat by Robin Roth. In the first paragraph, I've started with a little bit of personal information about myself. This personal information allows me to introduce the article. I don't have a long introduction, only a very short sentence that presents the article in a personal way. I am from the United States, so I like to eat a big breakfast. On weekdays, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and have 2 eggs, a slice of toast, and coffee before going to school. I usually have a piece of fruit for my morning snack at 10:15 because I don't have lunch until 20 to 3 in the afternoon. I use the prepositions on, at, and in to refer to certain days or certain times of the day. On weekdays, on is referring to what days I eat. So when we refer to a specific day, we need to use the preposition on. At 6 o'clock is referring to a specific time. So when I refer to what time I eat, then I need to use the preposition at. And in the morning is referring to a period of time within the day. We can talk about what we eat in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. We can also use words like before or after to show what time we do something. If we use a verb after before or after, then we want to use the ing form of the verb. So I have 2 eggs, a slice of toast, and coffee before going to school. We can use words like usually, always, never, and sometimes to talk about how often we eat something. I usually have a piece of fruit for my morning snack. Maybe sometimes I have something else, but on most days, I have a piece of fruit. For is a preposition that we can use to talk about what we eat for a specific meal. So if we're referring to the snack, we can say, I have fruit for my snack. I have eggs, a slice of toast, and coffee for breakfast. And I have something larger for lunch. So and because are used to show the reasons why I do something. So here, I like to eat a big breakfast because I'm from the United States, or I am from the United States, so I like to eat a big breakfast. In this last sentence, I have a piece of fruit for my morning snack because I don't have lunch until 20 to 3 in the afternoon. I have a late lunch So I eat a snack in the morning. This paragraph, this first paragraph, isn't dedicated to lunch. It's dedicated to morning meals such as breakfast and the morning snack. However, I introduce a little bit about lunch. I introduce the time that I eat lunch in order to connect the first paragraph to the second paragraph. That is called a hook. So here you can see that the second paragraph is dedicated to what I eat for lunch. However, I introduced it by talking about what time I have lunch at the end of the first paragraph. After school, I eat lunch in the school canteen with some of my workmates. We always have salad, fruit, and a protein, such as beef or chicken. We also have either a vegetable or a starch, like rice or pasta. Here, I use some to talk about the number of workmates that I eat with. I don't know how many workmates I might eat with on a certain day. Sometimes I eat with 3. On other days, I eat with 5. So some is a good word that we can use to identify a number that we don't know. Here, I've used such as and like to give examples. So here, when I want to give an example or 2 examples of protein, then I can say such as beef, which is one type of protein, or chicken, which is another type of protein. I do the same thing with like, such as, and like mean the same thing. They are both to give examples. Rice and pasta are both examples of starch. Here I use either and or to show that on some days I have a vegetable, but on other days I have a starch. I don't have both on any days, so I can have either a vegetable or a starch. My last paragraph is dedicated to evening foods. However, so that I could connect it to the central paragraph, I decided to speak a little bit about lunch again. I said, because I eat lunch so late, I don't have an evening snack. So I'm using the fact that I have a late lunch to introduce the reason why I don't have a snack in the evening. This allows me to connect the second paragraph to the third paragraph so that my entire article flows very smoothly and there's a connection between each individual paragraph, even though they all have different topics. What I eat in the morning, what I eat in the afternoon, and what I eat in the evening. So, because I eat lunch so late, I don't often have an evening snack. I have dinner with my daughter at around 8:30 in the evening. We usually have something small like an omelet, but sometimes we go out with friends and have a larger meal. After dinner, my daughter, Mia, goes to bed and I take a break. Here I use around to show that I don't have dinner at 8:30 in the evening every evening. It's around 8:30. Maybe it's 8:15, or maybe it's 8:45. So it's not always at the exact same time, but it's always around 8:30 in the evening. I use after dinner, my daughter Mia goes to bed and I take a break as a way to conclude my article. Just like I included a little bit of personal information to introduce the first paragraph of my article, I'm using a little bit of personal information to conclude the last paragraph in my article. This helps draw my article to a close.